Hello everybody, and here we are today.
Live
this is
from Joe's mum's
live from my lounge, and we have decided to make videos about very nerdy board and video games.
And crap ones.
And ridiculously awful ones that are so bad that they're actually good. And what are we going to be playing today, Martin?
We're going to be looking at David Dickinson's face, and we're going to be playing Bargain Hunt.
Look at his face!
Please don't.
He looks like a baby with gas.
Please hit the like button if you died a bit inside when you saw his face.
Yeah,
because
so it's so old, this game, that it's got David Dickinson presenting it, and
he's aging on it.
It's now Tim Winnicott. But there's a special twist to today, isn't there, Martin? Because not only are we going to be playing the board game, but we're going to be playing it simultaneously while the actual episode of Bargain Hunt is going on the television.
Now, unfortunately, we're a bit worried about copyright issues, so you may hear things in the background and us laughing at things. However, we will try and include you in the joke. Or we might not, and you'll just have to live with it. Yeah,
basically. So we're not actually going to be showing the television episode, but you'll hear everything.
You'll be able to hear.
We'll be playing.
Mr. Barbie getting filleted by a fat Scottish woman, as was the case yesterday.
Yeah. So talk us through the game, just because everyone's not going to be able to see it as well when we have it on our makeshift tripod, everybody, with leveling implements such as a rubber. That's how technical it gets round here.
We can't afford a tripod, we're poor in the studio. Alright, basically this is the board here, you see, we set up on here. Now, both players get 3 lots, much like the game. They've also got £500 to spend on these 3 lots. The lots go lot 1 to lot 3 in about how much it costs, right? You write these down, how much you paid on these cards, which we'll get to later.
Yep.
Now, the 3 lots are placed on the board randomly, and then the oldest, which is me, and Joe delights in telling me that I'm older than him.
Yeah, the most antique is the technical term in the rule book.
If you want to get technical, then yes. They're then placed on the board, and the oldest one picks this first lot, and then it goes like that, so on and so forth. Written down on this card here is how much you paid for it, how much you'll get at auction for it, and the profit loss, much like the actual game.
Yeah.
Game? Well, yeah, it is a game.
Well, yeah, it's a game show.
Now,
what about the dice?
Alright, I'm getting to it. Jesus. Now, there are 3 dice in the game.
So pushy.
3 dice in the game. These 2 are the auction dice. We'll get to them later. This one is to knock down the price on your lots. So, much like in the TV show where they pissed me off by trying to haggle with some poor bastard who's probably trying to make a bit of money, and Barbie with his smuggler.
I think we watched it the other day, and some guy felt and he'd been done an injustice because he was only making £2 on something.
Well, to be fair, you'd want to make more than £2 on the freaking antique thing.
Just put a massive camera in his face like I'm doing now.
Yeah, so you got
and he quakes under the pressure, which might be my tactic for today.
So, over £25 on lot 1, you get 1 roll, otherwise you just get it for whatever it's worth, because it's not worth a lot. I think Joe made about 50 quid on something that cost him 18 the other day.
A Jemima Puddle Duck 1950s statue, because it was actually the best thing on there, everything else was totally...
Lot 2, you get 2 rolls, and lot 3, you get 3 rolls. Now on the dice, there is £10, £5 and dealer price. Now, if on one of your rolls you get dealer price, that's it, that's the end of that go. You have to pay as much as is on the card. However, £10 and £5, it shows that you've been a bit of a bastard to the dealer, and, you know, taking away all his money. He's probably going to have children on the breadline, and you've killed them all.
Yeah.
Well done. Now, once both players, or all players, have all 3 lots, go away, car. All 3 lots, then they go to auction. Now, this is where these special cards come in. You get 1 at the start of the game, you're not allowed to look at it, and on the front they have certain events. So say there's one which is like a damaged one, which Joe used on me yesterday, which took £2 off the starting bid, which doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, when you're competitive like me and Joe, a lot of swear words were thrown around.
Yeah. We'll try and be a slightly less feverish with the swearing today.
Screw that, I'm going to swear at Blue Moon.
Well, maybe I will.
Yeah, but you use faff instead of...
Yeah, that's my new mechanism because we get quite enraged when we play video games.
I got unfairly shouted at by his mum once because he was swearing because Gimli wasn't doing what he wanted to.
A certain dwarf, who won't be named,
Gimli.
From Lord of the Rings.
Gimli.
His speed on the PS2 version of The Lord of the Rings Return of the King made me swear so much that my mother had to come in and say, "Stop with the fruity language, please." But quite frankly.
To me as well.
We're digressing. So, where were we? I've probably thrown you completely off piece now.
No, auction cards. There's also other auction cards which help your auctions. Now, on the auction card, there's the lot at the bottom, which corresponds to the lot which it's meant to be used for. So you can't use a lot 3 card on a lot 1 auction. Now, this is where the auction dice come in. On the back of every lot card is just opening bid. David's comments, but you don't need to look at him because he's orange and I hate him.
And his opinion isn't valid.
Well, that as well. So, you start off with, that's the amount of money that's the starting bid. You then roll these dice in the similar way to the dealer one. Now, this is a bit different because you can roll these as many times as you want until you get 2 of the going symbols on it. So you could be rolling like £300 before you get a going, and so on and so forth. Then, when you've got 2 of them, you put the yellow dice away, or on the table, whatever, I don't care. Then you've got this one, which is the gone dice, right? Once you get 1 gone, that's it, that's the end of the auction. And however much you've made up till then is the amount that you get.
Yeah.
So you could get really screwed over, as Joe repeatedly did yesterday.
That's true.
I made about 120 odd pounds and Joe made 60.
Most of that was like one item though. If we're going to get technical.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter about that, does it? It matters about today, and today you're going down.
I don't think I'm going down. Okay, so that's basically it. Whoever has the most profit or the least loss, because that can happen, but it doesn't happen to me, so it's not going to happen. Once both teams have done the whole auctioning thing, like a bunch of squares, they then add up the total profit loss. The one with the best score wins the game.
Simple as that.
And the other one's pants.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell Joe about that, but
yeah. This was not expressed to me earlier.